Leo new moon and sudden surprises courtesy of Uranus. Now, on August 16th, we're going to have this beautiful fiery new moon in the sign of Leo, and it is square the unpredictable planet of Uranus. So this Leo new moon, it's going to be this perfect time to formulate your goals of all things that are Leo, using this Uranian energy to have you thinking outside the box, being creative and unique with your ideas. Maybe you can concentrate on creative or unique ways to bring joy to your daily life. So at this time, you might want to explore creative endeavors or hobbies that are outside of the mainstream of what you would normally do or what people would normally think would be acceptable. It's about being creative and thinking outside the box. As well as this is a time for you to build your self-confidence and have some healthy pride in yourself. Some of Leo's lessons, they include taking pride within yourself as the unique individual that you are, and of giving of yourself warmly and generously to others. This new moon is a period of being an excellent time to identify with the characteristics of Leo that include your self-expression, because Leo is a fire sign. It desires to be proud and noble and fierce and loyal, being generous with yourself and being generous with others. This is a time to tap into your internal creativity with art or music, and it's also a time to have these creative thoughts and ideas, being kind and hospitable, caring, warm, compassionate, and being authoritative, and having this active, open drive and passion. These are all the traits that at this time that you may help either enhance or develop or incorporate into your daily life and overall personality. Now, looking at the month, looking to this coming month to improve these areas of your life, with this potent Leo energy, this is time for you to make these significant changes in your life that are going to benefit you well beyond this month, this lunar cycle. It's time for you to make some plans and set the stage for you to be reaping the rewards from these new beginnings that are going to be starting for you. Remember that this lunation is in a very tight square with the planet Uranus, and this is going to suggest that you should expect surprises, sudden events, or unexpected shifts and turns, and possibly rebellion. Hi, I'm Patricia Tate, your astrologer, and this is your Leo new moon forecast for August 16th, 2023. Now, let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, this lunation is occurring in your 5th house. I love this because this is where Leo naturally resides. So we start with the sun. The sun is you. The sun is your purpose, your physical reality. It's your soul's expression. It represents what you need to be physically satisfied in this lifetime. And now we bring in the moon. The moon is your subjective experience. It's your feelings. It's your intuition. It's your emotional expression. It represents your intuition and do I trust it? Do I not trust it? And combined together, this is saying, I need to start something new in this area of my life, which is your 5th house. Now, the 5th house is children, being childlike, art, music, creativity, sex, gambling. It's all things that bring you pleasure. It is the house of romance and children and creativity. So it's not always about your children or being childlike. Sometimes it's let's create a child, or I want to give birth to something, and it could be a project or an activity. Now, this is square Uranus. So Uranus is the planet of shock, surprise. I didn't see that coming. I'm thinking outside the box. It's an absolute miracle that these two things are coming together. And oh, I didn't think about that. So now we have this square. It's a tension point where how do I manifest this and how do I make these things happen? So new moons are fresh starts, new beginnings, and times to plant seeds. And so this square is a tension point between I want to start these things, I want to start a new romance, or I want to have this creative project, or I want to bring out my inner child, but I don't want to play this instrument anymore. I don't want to do this. I am going to go down this different route. I am going to think about this differently. Maybe it's trying a different type of music, or doing things that you normally would not do. It's about experiencing something new or saying, I need to breathe new life into this area of my life. And Uranus is saying, look, be creative, think outside the box. The second house is your house of self-worth, your cash, your property, your values. And so how do you enrich my self-worth, my cash, my property, how do I do this? By experiencing new things that bring me joy, things that will build my self-confidence, things that will give me a healthy dose of pride, where I can support myself, but then also shine so I can support other people. It's about being unique, giving of yourself warmly, and being part of a whole. But I also want to first need to take care of what brings me joy, not joining somebody else's, but like first looking at myself and saying, this brings me joy. Now, who can I connect up with that I can share this with? It's about being creative and allowing your inner child to explore in order to boost your self-esteem, boost your desires, so you can begin to incorporate this fresh, new, innovative ideas into your daily life to bring you more joy as you move forward in life. It's time. This is about bringing joy to you in your everyday life. So for more on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th as I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are going to be found on my community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, this new moon is occurring in your 4th house. So the sun is there representing your soul's expression, your physical reality, what you need to be physically satisfied. The sun represents you. It's your ego. It's your purpose. It's your drive. The moon represents your experience through your emotions, your feelings. Who do you trust? What do you trust? It's about your memory, and it's about your intuition, and it's your feelings. And so together it creates this new opportunity to plant seeds for the future in your 4th house of home. Remember that the 4th house represents the home that you grew up in. It's your family, it's your traditions, it's your literal house that you live in now. It represents your genealogy or your traditions of things that have been passed down from one generation to another. So you have this great opportunity to plant these seeds for new things that bring you joy. The square to Uranus. Remember that Uranus is the planet of shock and surprise, and I have to think outside the box, and it bucks the system. It just doesn't want to do things just for the sake of it's the status quo. A square is a tension point where we have to learn to work this out. We have to learn to figure out a compromise in order to move forward. This is in your 1st house of self. This is your identity. It's how people see you, your personal appearance, your power, your habits, your desires. The 1st house is literally who you are through the lens of what everybody sees you as in the outside world. And so having this new moon opportunity in your 4th house is, what joy can you bring into your home? What compassion can you bring into your home? The 4th house is family related to everyone that has been passed down generation or the people that live in your home right now. So what does Leo mean? Taking pride in this, but being a unique individual, giving yourself warmly to others and taking care of yourself, having pride in yourself, pride in your home, pride in your family, but also how can you be unique, thinking outside the box? How can you be authoritative? How can you incorporate this in your daily life? You do not have to do things because it's always been done this way. It's always been this way before. Leo in the 4th house is, I take pride But I am also having this opportunity to be unique, to bring in all of these things that have happened from the past. And I need to release that, release the baggage or the pain that's been attached to it and say, I'm ready to have some new traditions. I'm ready to plant the seeds for this is how I want things to be done at home. This is a really great time for some self-reflection about what are your needs? What are your desires? Maybe you clean some things out at home. Maybe you clean out karma or baggage. It's not just about like your physical home. It's about what does your home represent? Because the change is not going to be just with your home. The change is going to be through who you are. That's the tension point of who I am is changing my home, and my home also changes me. And how do I take these two things that are kind of at odds and merge them together with something that is more authentic, more real, more unique, more you? The goal is to incorporate this into your daily life and your new overall personality as you move forward, to be compassionate and kind, not only with yourself, but with others that are within your home. It's to begin something new that you can carry on for a longer period of time. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th as I offer live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are going to be in the community section posts. As always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper, you can schedule a consultation at willowgracemystic.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, this lunation is occurring in your third house. So first we look at the sun. The sun literally represents you. It is your soul's expression, it's your identity, it's your ego, it's your physical reality. And in the sign of Leo is fierce and loyal and also wanting recognition because it's about having pride in oneself and then wanting to take care of the pride, take care of people that are around you that you care about, nurture, and want to bring into, like, it's family. Now, the moon it's subjective. It's about feeling and intuition, and it's your emotional expression. The moon is about your instincts and it's your habits. It's about your memory. And having these two together offers an opportunity to have these new moon intentions. It's where both thoughts of my body and my mind, my spiritual side, my intuition side, my gut instincts, my everything, my physical body, it's all together with one saying, I need to set some intentions to move forward, to initiate and have some more creativity in this area of my life. So the third house usually represents communication, and it's about technology, and it's writing, and it's journaling, and it's your neighbors and your siblings and your cousins. It's lower education. The third house represents using your brain and using your thoughts and how you communicate. Now, the square comes in with your 12th house. Uranus, wherever we see Uranus, is about shock and surprise and unique. Squares are these tension points where you have to find a way to have both of these things occur. There has to be some kind of a give and take to have them communicate or work together. So Leo wants to come out, wants to communicate, wants to share. Uranus in the 12th house is working from I'm nervous. I'm a little concerned. I have some fear there. I have maybe some shadow work that I have to work through. Remember that the 12th house is the house where we go within. It's where we do shamanic work, or we have dreams, or we have our connection to the dream realm or the spiritual realm. It's where we connect to our ancestors. It's our subconscious mind. And so you have the words to say. People need to hear what you have to say. And it's okay. It's not selfish. It is self first. So sometimes you're going to have to put yourself first before you take care of others. And where do you find that tension point of working through the fear of speaking your voice? Wherever we have Leo is, I want to be seen. I want to be heard. Hear me, see me. and it's easier said than done. You're very passionate about it. You have a lot that needs to be communicated either through the written word or through your dreams or through your connection. You're just speaking with others about communicating what your thoughts and your ideas and what your learning is with others, whether it be verbally or written. A new moon in a third covers all your relationships. It also covers transportation problems or issues. So maybe you're looking into getting a new vehicle or a new form of transportation. There's going to be some, I have to dive into it. I have to look at these things. There could be extra mental activity at this time about, I want to start some activities that bring me joy. They could be through art or music or creativity. And is it through taking a class or taking a workshop? Whatever you're starting, it's about enhancing, developing, and incorporating these things into your daily life. So it will free up and clear your fears. It's getting out there and overcoming some of these fears that you may have. It's about improving both of these areas of your life. What have you always dreamed that you wanted to try? Do you want to dive into a new language? Do you want to travel somewhere? Do you want to try a craft or an art or music? Do you want to write? Do you want to journal? What is it that you want to do? The focus should be on you. Be generous with yourself, and therefore you can be generous with others. Tap into this opportunity for this creative art, music, thoughts, ideas, and wrapping it all into one, whether you're writing or journaling it. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th as I offer live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, this lunation of Leo new moon is occurring in your second house. So we first look to the sun because a new moon is where the sun and the moon connect together. So the sun represents you. It's your identity. It's your self-expression. It shows what you need to be physically satisfied in life, and it's about your consciousness. And so the moon represents your feelings, your thoughts, your intuition, your memory, your unconscious or your subconscious habits, and it's about of who do I trust, what do I trust. These coming together in the sign of Leo is an opportunity to plant new seeds for the future. Leo is fierce and loyal and passionate and wants to be heard and is creative. And so the second house represents your cash, your property, your self-worth, your values. It is about bringing planting these seeds of these new moon intentions of, who do I want to be in the future? What seeds do I want to plant in the future? Now, we have this square with Uranus. Uranus is the planet of shock and surprise, and it's unique and think outside the box. And it's in your 11th house. Your 11th house is your personal hopes, wishes, dreams, things that you want to do for your career or your legacy, things that you want to do that will last longer than you. And so it's also the groups or the people that you surround yourself with in order to manifest those dreams. A square is a tension point where something has to give here. Both of these things need to happen. And how do we compromise? How do we manifest this? How do we make this happen? Because whatever you're doing for your second house, for your self-worth, your cash, your property, you need to incorporate into, these are my new hopes. These are not my new wishes, my dreams. I'm planting seeds for the future. I want to be creative. I want to tap into my inner child. I want to do things that I can enhance and develop my life for the better. I want to incorporate these new beginnings into my daily life and my overall personality. Leo is about the self, and it's about the lion being being heard, and it's about being creative. So in which ways are you going to be creative with your dreams, your intentions, your goals that you want to set? Because this new moon is in your second house, this is the house of your values. This is defining your self-worth, your inner core, your value system, your belongings, your resources. Maybe if you need to sit down and take a look at what do you value, meaning your finances, like things that you own. This could be, do I need this anymore? Do I want this anymore? Do I want to purchase this? It's about your cash, your property. So this could be on a practical level. I need to create a budget. I need to maybe devise a way to supplement my income with my creative side. Meaning, do you do a project on the side? Do you have a side gig on the that could bring in money? This could be how you work through that square with your 11th house. There could be maybe money issues, or there could be things that you need to work through, that something that you want to purchase, something that you want to buy. Remember, this is the house of possessions also. And so what do you want, and how are you going to go about getting this? And being creative, thinking outside the box, and who do you collaborate with? Who do you partner with? All of these things will determine ways in order for you to get what you want. Remember, new moons are about setting intentions for not just the next 30 days, but to manifest things over the next 6 months. So at this time, you're going to want to enhance, develop, and incorporate these daily life changes into an overall, this is how I want to change. This is what I want to happen. I want this side gig to go well. I want it to make money for me, or I want to purchase this. Who knows about this? How can I make this happen? The 11th house is about your relationship with your peers, and it's your shared creativity with others. So if you are starting something new, you can partner up with others or get on. Remember that the 11th house is also like internet groups that could support or help you with your endeavors for your career. And so this could mean these social circles that you join in order to not just learn from, but that will support you with what you're doing. So set your new moon intentions of, this is what I want to accomplish, this is where I want to go, and these are the people that I'm going to need to network with in order to accomplish these goals and incorporate them into my daily life. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th, where I'm going to be offering some live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are going to be found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, first house is all about you. It is how you are viewed from the world. It's the lens. It's your self. It's your identity. It is your personal interests. It is your personality. It is your self-expression. It is how you view, or how other people view you. It's how you want to come out into the world. Very lion-like, very Leo-like, very passionate, wanting to care for yourself, but also wanting to nurture and care for other people. Now, we start with the sun. The sun represents your identity, your self-expression, your purpose, your reality of what you see. And your moon is your intuition, it's your feelings, it's your unconscious, it's your subconscious habits, it's your memory. And so having a new moon in your first house of self is going to be really big for you. This is an opportunity for you to tap into all things that will make you feel good. It's about your desires, being generous with yourself so you can be generous with others. It's about being playful and art and music and creativity and being childlike. Now, the square. The square comes in with your 10th house. The 10th house represents your career, your public life, your life path. It's about playing too much, and not being taken seriously, or people wanting to squash some things within your path. So you have to find a way to incorporate these two areas of your life. Remember that they're at odds with each other. Leo wants to have this great time. Leo wants to play. Leo wants everybody to have a good time. And so this is your self-expression, being fiery, being passionate, being generous, and wanting to have a good time, but also having to be authoritative about it. And so where the Uranus comes in is you're going to have to think outside the box with some of these things of, I need to be creative with these projects. Do I have time to do it with my career? Can I add this into my job? Can I make this part of my career, my legacy, how people see me, my public life? Because I don't want to be seen as all work and no play. I want to be taken seriously for who I am, not just the pretty face, not just to be known as the lion, somebody who is loyal and loving and compassionate and who wants to nurture and care for, who has these intense thoughts and these ideas, and that you're caring and you're warm and you're compassionate. And so how can you be all these things and not be being taken advantage of at your work? This time is going to be about your personality, your physical body, your personal appearance is now going to undergo like a new change of who you are evolving into. New moons in the first house are literally about, I need to explore these new areas, these new projects. I need to set some new goals. Now, the new goals can coincide with your work. There's just going to be some things that you're going to have to work through, because it's about your self-improvement, your self-image, your having a new look. What's going to happen is over this, you're going to start this new moon and you're going to have these new intentions of, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to manifest. And over the coming month, it will be you changing and evolving into the new you that fits you on the inside and you on the outside, because the sun is you and the moon is your intuition and your desires that nobody sees. And so these need to come together with merging with, who are you evolving into? Who are you changing into? You need to indulge in a little self-love. Some people say that like Leo is selfish. I'm going to say that Leo needs to put self first at this time. They need to take care of and nurture themselves before they can take care of and nurture others. Self-love and take care of, I need to set aside time to exercise. I need to set aside time to go through my closets because this wardrobe no longer fits me. I'm ready to do something new with my hair. I'm ready to do something new with my partner. It's going to be an I time for you, and you will include other people. The square is going to be through your life path and your public life of how people are now going to view you. And so since it's about taking on new projects and setting goals, definitely take the time to set goals of, who am I? Who am I evolving into? Who am I changing into? What creative areas do I want to explore? This will be most likely changing your look and being more in tune to your creative side, tapping into and wanting to reap the rewards of this lunation. I'm encouraging you to definitely expect some surprises, some rebellion from others, because they don't always like change, and there could be sudden events that come up that will shift your focus. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can always join me on August 8th, where I am going to be offering some live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. The details for it can be found in the community section post. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comment section below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, this lunation of a Leo new moon is occurring in your 12th house. So we start with the Sun. The Sun literally represents you. It's your identity, it's your soul's expression, it's your purpose, it's your reality, and it's in Leo. The Sun in Leo is who you are privately, because it's in the 12th house. It's your identity and what you need to feel satisfied in order to be seen out in public. Now, your moon is your instincts, it's your feelings, it's your intuition, it's your experience through your emotions. Having a new moon in your 12th house is an opportunity to heal karma. It's an opportunity to tap into the subconscious mind, your dreams, your intuition. It's shamanic work. It's the connection to the spiritual realm. And so there's going to be this opportunity of, I can sink in deeper and I can heal some things. I can bring about new creative projects. Now, the square is Uranus. Uranus is in your 9th house, in the sign of Taurus. Uranus is the planet of shock and surprise, but it's also unique and think outside the box. And being a square, it's saying, you have these things going on. Now you have to be creative. What you've always done before is not going to work this time. The 9th house is about travel and spirituality. It's about foreign people, places, and things. It's about religion and higher education. It's where the student becomes the teacher. It's publishing. It's the house of higher education and beliefs. And it's cross-cultural experiences. So these new moon intentions that you are putting forth and having these ideas of diving into spirituality or wanting to understand these new things that are coming to you. Because remember, the 12th house is of dreams. It's your connection to the spiritual realm. Maybe at this time you reach out to others in order to understand or connect or to expand upon your personal unconscious about what is going on with you. Remember that new moons are about planting the seeds for the future. And this is about, Leo is your self-expression. It's fiery, it's passionate, and it's about being creative, and it's about being compassionate and warm. And in the 12th house, it's going within. It is going within to receive the information, to receive the dreams, to set your intentions, to say, this is what I want to do in the world. This is what I feel. This is what I know. This is what I see, even though you may not be able to know it, feel it, see it. And so I need to find other like-minded people who will accept me for who I am, who understand, or who can educate me, or who I can share this with. Remember that the 9th house is not just the student, but it's also the teacher. So whatever knowledge that you're gaining, you can either learn more about it, or it's a time for you to be sharing this and teaching others this. So if you're planting the seeds for the future to become the student and learn more, perfect opportunity. If you're planting the seeds of, I need to share this with the world, I have this intuition, or I am able to clear these things up. Or remember that the 12th house, it's about karma. It's about going within. It's past lives. It's all things that are dark and unseen. The 12th house is where we go for meditation, and it's connecting to the dream realm. And so with this, put your new moon intentions out there for what you can do to creatively plant these seeds and overcome some of these obstacles that you're going to have. Remember that this is not about being selfish, which oftentimes that Leo can be selfish. It's not. This is about a time of putting self first. Put yourself first. Take care of yourself. Nurture your own needs first before you can help take care of others. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th because I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details can be found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in your chart in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your own chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, this lunation of a Leo new moon is occurring in your 11th house. We first look at the Sun because the Sun represents you, your identity, your soul's expression. It shows what you need in order to feel physically satisfied, and it's about your leadership, and it's about authority figures and you being an authority figure at this time. So people looking to you, and it's about having fun and being creative. Now, we also look to the moon because when they're together, this is the dark time and we are planting new seeds for the future. And the moon is where it's our subjective experience. It's your emotions, your feelings, your intuition. It's your unconscious and your subconscious habits. And this is you wanting to merge the two together to say, I need to start something new in this area of my life. Now, the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your social circles, your networks in which you incorporate in order to do well for your career, your legacy, or how people will see you in the outside world. Remember that Leo is fierce and loyal and creative and art and music and being generous, not just with themselves, but with others. So at this time, you're going to want to start and plant these new seeds of, this is what I want to do. I want to be creative in this area. Now, we have Uranus. Uranus is the square, the what we have to work with in order to make this happen. Uranus is in your 8th house. The 8th house for you is your shared resources. It's about other people's opinions. It's alimony, child support. It's your cash and your resources that come from other avenues and come to you. It's where you have money invested, and it's where, like if someone passes away and they leave you money. It is also the house of deep bonding with other people and psychological intimacy that you have with others. It is the house of not just shared resources, but sharing and connection with others. Now, this is going to be in a square. So there might be some people that you are not connecting with, and you're going to have to look for new. Remember that a new moon in the 11th house could mean I'm going to be leaving these groups, or this no longer resonates with me. I no longer have these dreams. I am now moving my focus into a different area. A new moon in the 11th house encompasses your friends and acquaintances and your group affiliations. It's also technology and the like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and like all the groups that you belong to in order for you to accomplish what you want. It's where you feel like you fit in. And at this time, you might be switching some things up. I would encourage you to go through all of your groups and say, what resonates with me? What no longer does? Am I active in this group? Does this bring me joy? Does this follow the path that I want to follow as I move forward? And the great part that's going to come from it is it will narrow the playing field that you've been working with so that you can join new groups or narrow things that you can find a worthy project that you want to participate in or join other like-minded people, because Leo is about creativity and art, music, and Uranus is saying you have to think outside the box. You've always done this. Why not try this? This is an opportunity for you to enhance, develop, and incorporate these new things, these new people, these new hopes, wishes, dreams, goals into your daily life and into your overall personality. It is you changing who you are in the outside world for the world to see, for your career, your legacy, or things, how you want to be seen or known as. This is really going to be a great time for you to tap into your inner child and just for you to express yourself creatively and find other like-minded individuals that have the same energy that you now vibe with. So for more on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th, where I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details can be found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, this lunation, new moon, is occurring in your 10th house. I absolutely love this for you. So we start with the Sun. The Sun represents your identity, your soul's purpose. It shows what you need to feel physically satisfied. And right now you're focused on your career, your legacy, your life path, or your public life, you in the outside world. Now the moon represents your intuition, your feelings, your emotional expression. It's your unconscious or your subconscious. It's about your memory. And together, this gives us an opportunity to create and plant some seeds for the future of what do you see yourself as doing in your career, or how do you want people to see you in the outside world? Now, we do have Uranus in a tight square. So Uranus is the planet of shock and surprise. I didn't see that coming, but it's unique and it's about being creative. And it's with your 7th house of partnerships or relationships, your clients, your one-on-one. It's the +1 house. It's also the house of open enemies. So together, this creates an opportunity of a tension point of how do I focus on myself? Because Leo, it's not about being selfish. It's about being self first. In order for me to take care of anybody else, I have to take care of my needs first. I have to think about my career, my job, my needs, my desires. And Leo, in the sign of Leo, this is about I want more joy. I want to feel more childlike, or I want more creativity. I want the opportunity to enhance my career, to have it move forward with and develop things over time. And partnership or relationship might be in some form of a conflict here. And so you're going to have to think outside the box with how do I bring this person along, or how do I work with this person? Because remember, this is not just about being generous with yourself. It's also about being generous with others. Leo being a fire sign is very proud and noble. And you being Scorpio rising, you have a memory that just doesn't quit. So it's taking time to tap into what is your creative side. How can you creatively solve these problems for your career in order for you to plant these seeds of this is what I want. I want more joy, or I want to bring this project to fruition. I want to enhance, I want to develop, and I want to incorporate all of these things that make me take pride in my work, in my daily life, and in my overall personality. And I'm going to have to work with that partner, or I'm going to have to work with that client, and I'm going to have to find a way to merge them together. Since the 10th house is about your achievements, your ambitions, along with recognition, remember that your public image is going to be seen by everybody. It is directly opposite of the 4th house of home. And so a new moon is also a reminder of take into consideration a balance between your work and your home needs and desires. This is a good exercise for you to be doing periodically, because this new moon in Leo means like there's going to be great things for you in the public eye or your career to do well. Plant these seeds in order for you to state, where do you want to go? What do you want to manifest? So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th, where I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising. So this lunation is occurring in your 9th house. Now I love a new moon in the 9th house because the 9th house is about higher learning. It's about spirituality. It's about foreign people, places, things. It is getting things published. So first we look to the sun. The sun here represents your identity, your soul purpose. It's about what you need to physically feel satisfied. And it's in the sign of Leo, fiery, passionate. I have to go after it. I want more creativity. I want more experiences. I want more joy. I want more childlike activities. Now, the moon here, the moon represents your feelings, your intuition, it's your subconscious habits, it's your unconscious. It needs to be satisfied in order for you to trust it. So now we have the sun and the moon coming together, and it's dark, and it's about planting seeds for the future. And so now we have everything together, your body, your heart, your soul, your mind, your memory, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, all in the sign of Leo in your 9th house. So the 9th house for you is about foreign travel or higher education, and it's about spirituality. It's about your beliefs, and it's about you being passionate about it. It's about you saying, I have to do this. It's not about being selfish. It's about being self first. I need more creativity. I need to experience this. I need this joy. I have to be the one to look for this. Now the square comes with Uranus. Uranus is in your 6th house. Now the 6th house is your daily habits, your work. It's your balance between your work and your home. It's also the house of mentors, listening to mentors, listening to guides. It's the house of how can I be of service to others? And so you're going to have some tension points or some squares that how do you go about doing what brings you joy with your daily habits? And this is about, seriously, you need to create new daily habits. This new moon is going to offer you this opportunity to go after what you want, plant the seeds of I as a fire, this fire sign, this fiery and passionate, I need to tap into my creativity. I need to connect with other people that have different thoughts and different ideas. And I need to make some plans and set the stage to reap the rewards from this new beginning. That this lunation is about planting the seeds for the future. It is about you getting out there and saying, I want to travel here. I want to take this class. I want to take this workshop. I want to teach this class. I want to get this work published. I feel this strong desire to create this. And the square is going to be, how do you balance this with home or work? How do you do this with your daily schedule? And how do you do this and be of service to others? At this time, you might even be searching for new or wanting to understand different spirituality or different belief systems, or expanding your view on different religions, or your view on philosophy or higher education. A new moon here is planting the seeds of, I'm ready to dive more into this. This brings me joy. I want to connect with foreign people, places, and things. I want to understand it better. I need to do it and I need to make it a daily habit. I need to develop and incorporate these new plans. And if that's traveling more, or studying more or connecting with others that are like-minded, then that's what you need to do for your daily life, and it will help shift your overall personality. It will create who you are becoming. This Leo sun, moon, new moon with Uranus there is saying, I might need to find a mentor that can guide me into this. I want to dive into this study group, and maybe I've outgrown this and I'm ready to try something new. This could be you taking a trip solo or taking a trip with a partner. This is about you figuring out some things that are in your life that has been a goal of yours, but it's been on the back burner. And now it's time for you to put those things first. Put yourself first of, what am I compassionate about? What is going to bring me joy in order for me to feel as one, to feel whole. The Leo, the lion, is fiery and compassionate, but in order to take care of others, the lion first has to take care of itself. It's about you being compassionate with yourself and being authoritative. It's about you saying, I have to set aside this time for myself to do this. It is my time to take this class. It is my time to get this work published. It is my time to I have to set the stage to reap the rewards from these new beginnings. So you are going to have to be the lion roaring and saying, this is my time. Let's make this happen. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th as I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are going to be found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, this new moon Leo lunation is occurring in your 8th house. So we first look to the sun. The sun represents you, your identity, your ego, your soul's expression. It's what you need in order to feel physically satisfied. And then we look to the moon. The moon represents your feelings, your intuition. It's your instincts, it's your subconscious and your unconscious. It's what you do not share with others. So a new moon together is an opportunity to plant the seeds, having both the energy of what I am on the outside and what I share, or do not share with how I feel, my intuition on the inside. And it's in the 8th house of, it's shared resources. This is also the house of taxes, inheritances, it's alimony, child support. It's also the house of deep bonding. It's where we sign contracts with other people or we form deep bonds with other people. And in the sign of Leo, this is about being kind and compassionate and loyal and fierce and childlike and wanting to connect with somebody on a very deep level. A new moon here is an opportunity to be creative with your thoughts and your ideas, to be kind to yourself so you can be kind to others. Now, Uranus is square in your 5th house. The 5th house is the house of children. It's about sex. It's about gambling. It is childlike activities. It's art and it's music. And being in a square, it's you wanting to do these things, having these desires to do these things, and having this tension point of, how do I manifest this? How do I make this happen? I have to work through my fears. I have to think outside the box. I have to be kind to myself. I have to awaken my inner child and find ways to express myself creatively, and that I'm comfortable with sharing this with another individual. I'm comfortable. I'm going to work through my fears of commitment, and this could be with a business partner or with a significant other. Remember that the 8th house is like, it can be lifelong bonding. It's also the house of your contracts that you have with other people. And so at this time, a new moon here could be, I am ready to start or to initiate contracts that I have with people. So the eighth house is also, it's extreme intense emotions, it's power plays, it's about, since it's also about your shared resources, there could be a time that you're going to look at some of your contracts that you have with other people, and maybe there will be I'm ready to write a contract. I'm ready to have a contract where the two of us get married, or I'm ready to have a contract that the two of us could be business partners, or I'm ready to take this relationship that's in the fifth house and take it to a different level. Or the fifth house is about art and music and creativity and thoughts and ideas, and you're going to have to think outside the box of, do I take this project that I'm working on, and do I want to use it to make money? And if so, it's going to require a contract. Remember that it's about being generous with yourself and tapping into your creativity, your thoughts, your feelings. Look to this month to improve all of these areas of your life. The changes that you're making now can be significant in your life that'll benefit you well beyond this monthly lunation. This is about setting a precedence for later. It's about awakening your inner child and expressing yourself creatively. This is either you connecting on a spiritual, psychological, and physical bond with somebody, or through written contracts with other people. So take the time. Set the stage for reaping the rewards with these new beginnings. Remember that this lunation is tightly square Uranus, so you should expect surprises or sudden events to come up. And learn to, this will be a time of, I need to adjust and go with the flow of. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th, as I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details can be found in the community section posts. As always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, get ready, because this lunation is occurring in your 7th house. This is the house of partnerships and relationships and one-on-one and clients. It's your friends, your significant others. First, we look to the Sun. The Sun represents your identity, your soul purpose. It shows what you physically need to be satisfied in order to be sustained. And the Moon represents your thoughts, your feelings, your intuition, your emotion. It's about your unconscious and your subconscious habits. It's what you don't share with other people. And so a new moon is combining with your body, your heart, your mind, your soul for one intention: to plant the seeds for future growth. And so Leo is childlike. It's art and music, and it's about being generous, and it's creativity. And in the 7th house, that will be with a partner or a significant other. Now we do have Uranus. Uranus is square in your 4th house of home. So the 4th house represents your family, your home, your roots, your foundation. It's generational. It's what you have brought to you. It's also your real estate and your property. And so Uranus is here saying, this is shock, this is surprise, didn't see that coming, think outside the box, be unique, be creative. And so putting this together is, how do I work with this energy? How do I be creative? How do I have my self-expression with a partner? How can I be generous with myself and with others? Remember, at this time, it's not about being selfish. It's about being self first, and then looking to nurture and care for others. It's about being generous with yourself first, and then being generous with others. Being kind, hospitable, being open to others. This will enhance and develop and incorporate with your daily life and your overall personality of you actively seeking either friends, a partner, a business partner. It's somebody that, it's the +1 house. It's you actively seeking out, who can I having these experiences with. I want to have these changes happen in my life. I want to express my inner child. It's going to be an opportunity for you to awaken your inner child and find ways to express yourself creatively with your tribe, finding out who is really with you. Remember that this potent Leo energy, it's going to benefit you well beyond this cycle. It's about making these plans and setting the stage to reap the rewards of these new beginnings for a long time after. It's not just you looking for a partner for now. It's looking for a partner over a longer period of time, whether it be business or significant other. Because this is a square with Uranus, there could be some issues that have to do with your home or have to do with family or have to do with your real estate. Remember that this could be a little bit of surprises or rebellion or these sudden events that could come in and like upset the apple cart with this is the direction in which I wanted to go, but you have to merge and incorporate Uranus in your fourth house. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th, where I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are found in my community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, this Leo new moon lunation is occurring in your 6th house. So first we look to the Sun. The Sun is your soul's expression. It is your identity, your purpose. It's what you need in order to be physically satisfied. And then the moon represents your feelings, your intuition, your emotional expression. It's your subconscious and your unconscious. And so a new moon brings these two things together, your heart, your mind, your body, your soul, everything together to say, I am ready to start a new something in this area of my life. Now, the 6th house is generally where we have a balance between our work and our home. It is also the house of your daily habits, your pets, and it's also the house where we find mentors or guides that come into our life to support us for what we want to start. Remember that Leo is about tapping into your inner child and having to express yourself in a way that's unique and creative and making you feel good. And so the square is with Uranus. The square is with your 3rd house of being close to home, your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, and it's the way that you communicate, and it's the way that you travel. It's education, but it's things that are happening closer to home. So there's this opportunity to start some new things that you need to be creative. You need to be tapping into what is it that I can do to heal my inner child, to let myself out and explore it. I'm ready to check out this new music. I'm ready to try this concert, or I'm ready to try painting, or remember that it will be unique. It will be something that is outside the box. It will not be something that's traditional that you've done before. So it will be something that brings you joy, something that's creative. It could be something that has to do with speaking, learning, taking classes, or travel. And it's, how do I do this? And how does it make me feel? How can I use it to enhance and develop and incorporate this newness into my daily life and my overall personality? Maybe you seek out a new mentor. Maybe you seek out a new guide. The 6th house is how we are of service to others. How do we help others? And Leo is about self-expression. And so in order to help others, you have to first think of self first. Think of yourself first and say, this is what I'm good at. This brings me joy. And if it brings me so much joy, I can definitely share it with others. It will not be painful. It will be of a gift of service to help others and be sharing what you know and what you've learned. Through this, you may develop new routines. This could be also setting healthy boundaries, that you are setting enough time aside that you can seek out these fun activities for yourself or new opportunities for yourself. Remember that the 6th house is your mental, physical, spiritual health and well-being, and you having to set aside time in order for you to take care of that, because Leo is the lion. It's your inner child, and it's about using these energies to enhance and develop and incorporate all these new things into a daily life and your overall personality. And if that means setting healthy boundaries, if that means seeing a counselor, if that means getting a guide or getting a mentor in order for you to see these areas that you can work on in order to better yourself, then that's what you need to do for this lunation to benefit you, not just now, but beyond this moon lunar cycle. This is about setting up plans and setting the stage to reap the rewards of this energy from these new beginnings, not for just now, but for into the future. It's an opportunity for you to get some guidance and to say, this is where my heart is, and this is who I want to share it with, and this is how I need to get it done, and who do I need to seek out in order to help me manifest this. So for more information on what the universe has in store for you, you can join me on August 8th, where I'm going to be offering live readings at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a donation of $40. Details are found in the community section posts. And as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you are ready to dive deeper into your chart, you can schedule a private consultation at willowgracemystic.com. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.